On the 22nd of May 2024, a YouTuber named Darkrai released a video expressing his grievances with lolis and their normalization in media, specifically anime. Towards the end of his video, he retells of a YouTuber named dabhdude who liked this sort of media. He went so far as to retweet images of underage characters in sexual situations. This is just one blurred example, but I'm not going to be talking about him. A YouTuber named GhostNuts has already done that, and the video will be linked down below. I highly recommend watching it before you watch this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about one of dabhdude's biggest offenders, Puddle of Pizza. Puddle of Pizza is unique in the fact that he makes text-based commentary videos. They span a variety of topics. He's known for talking about Hunter Avalon, SMG4, and people in the SML community. Hey, there I am. His videos feature no verbal commentary and music in the background. It's pretty clear that despite making videos for years, he struggles to edit audio correctly and often reuses plugins in place of actual editing. As bad as his content is, I wouldn't be making this video if that's all he did. I'm going to be talking about him because he's morally reprehensible and has not learned his lesson. Puddle of Pizza has defended dabhdude a lot. Like a lot. There are several reasons why these offenses are inexcusable. 1. dabhdude makes videos reacting and related to SML, so he has a largely child audience. 2. He retweets porn. In this screenshot you can see that it's from his main account and not his NSFW account. And 3. The porn often consists of illustrations of kids from all sorts of media. Now Puddle of Pizza knew this and was still defending him. I've gone back and forth with him and what he believes is unclear because he changes his mind depending on who he's talking to, where it's posted, and when he's saying it. He gives some pretty wild defenses, like excusing the action because he only did it once, or here where he mocks the idea of me saying that a figure with a sizable kid audience shouldn't retweet porn or lolly for that matter, even going so far as to say literally no one cares. In another screenshot, he says that the choice of whether dabhdude posts these images is not my choice and that he can do whatever he wants. And in a sense, he's right, but I can also call him out for defending this sort of behavior, especially when he has a large fan base of kids. These screenshots on their own are reprehensible enough, but it gets worse. He goes on to ask me if it's enough to ruin his career. I wasn't even trying to do that, and neither was Darkrai, who was mentioned in this screenshot. It's pretty damning that he would worry about something that wasn't said nor was implied. Almost like he knew what he was saying was morally reprehensible, but he just didn't want to say it because he's good mates with Dab. Even his tweets are pretty bad regarding this stuff. The funny thing about Twitter is that people often will say a hot take, and it's the most generally agreed upon thing. Not in Puddle's case. Like, props to him for having a hot take, but my lord, this is a hot take.
Oh my goodness!
Now in this deleted tweet from Puddle, he says, hot take, I do not personally believe that retweeting lolly/aged-up fictional character art is objectively wrong. Now at the end he says that he doesn't agree with it, but it's hard to tell what he really thinks because he often contradicts himself. Now take a look at this tweet. It's oozing with irony. All well and good to call out Mr. Sen. In fact, it's justified. The problem arises when your pal dabhdude engages in similar activities and you look the other way. This shows that in reality, Puddle doesn't really care about what his friends do. See, in this situation, there are only two things you can do if you want to be morally consistent. 1. Just don't call out Mr. Sen for his lolly-liking tendencies. Or 2. Call out Mr. Sen and dabhdude, the guy you're friends with, the dude that has no problem retweeting lollies while he has a child fan base. Remember how I said it's hard to tell what he actually thinks? Let's look at an example. In some places he goes outright and says that lollies are offenders and that he believes that they are disgusting. He's even gone so far as to say that it could be a gateway to the real thing. Oh. So I guess he doesn't think it's fine. Wait, what does he mean there's an argument to be made? Let's look at what he said before. Oh, I sent him a screenshot of him saying it's not wrong, but it's weird. This is why I said it's hard to tell what he thinks. There's plenty more DMs and tweets of him defending Dab. Guess I'll look at something more recent. Remember GhostNuts' video? Let's take a peek at his comments. Oh wait, why am I responding to Puddle and his comment isn't there? Oh wait, that's right, he deleted them. I mean, I can't blame him. They look pretty bad. Though, he doesn't even fight the fact that it looks bad. He even says that we're idiots for not willing to listen to his actual points. If you want the link to the full comments, you can find that in the description. But there's a part where he tries to defend dabhdude once again. How does he go about defending dabhdude? He makes a comparison. Now, why did he say this? I'm not really sure. Though it's interesting based on the definition of Nostalgia Egg, a good friend of his, it doesn't need to be anime related to be seen as lolly. Also, be sure to keep Nostalgia Egg in mind because we're going to be talking about him soon. It's clear that Puddle doesn't really mind defending lollies as long as his friends are doing it. There are many more screenshots of him doing this, but he simply doesn't care. While his actions are morally reprehensible, I think we should really look into a person of similar character, Nostalgia Egg. Now, Nostalgia Egg is similar to Puddle of Pizza in a few ways. They both make unwatchable content. They both seem to have a crush on me, and last but certainly not least, they both defend dabhdude's actions. In the case of Nostalgia Egg, it's kinda weird because he's not friends with dabhdude like Puddle of Pizza is, so any defense of these allegations isn't a defense of a friend, but rather something potentially darker. His own personal beliefs. Here's a tweet of him shifting the goalposts regarding dabhdude. The main argument was not that dabhdude was a pedo. Here's a tweet of him getting mad that I said dabhdude was into lolis, because saying he's into lolis is going to be enough for idiots to think he's a pedo. The problem is that the statement he does not want to be said is true. dabhdude is into lolis. Anyone who comes to whatever conclusion after hearing that can believe what they want. If a YouTuber engages in such content, there's no fault in mentioning it and calling it out. In this screenshot, he says dabhdude doesn't support lolis, even though that's a losing argument. He says because he only has 2k followers, no one should care? Do I even need to explain that point? He even says that it's not enough to call him anything more than a degen. That's just an opinion, so I guess he can believe what he wants. In this tweet, he defends Puddle by saying, Sen painting you as a lolly defender ignores the context of the dabhdude situation as a whole. But in fairness to anyone in the public, Puddle of Pizza doesn't give a clear answer. Well, except in my DMs. Now, just like Puddle of Pizza, there's many more tweets I could use to convey this point, but you probably have an idea of what kind of person he is. I've already called out Puddle for his actions of recent, but his deliberate dishonesty isn't a new thing. In fact, a similar case happened a while back concerning a pedophile. In this part of the video, we'll go over something that Puddle of Pizza did a while back. It all starts from this tweet. It appears he's warning of a pedophile returning to the internet. At first glance, you might admire his action. Child predation is a morally reprehensible act. There would be no problem if that's all that happened. In fact, I would have helped him as I've done before with situations like this. Though, in this case, he was categorically wrong. The account belonged to someone in the UK by the name of The Wolf is Awesome. He's a person who's engaged in harassment and threats. Oh, here's a screenshot of Puddle of Pizza defending him. The guy he sent death threats to was a kid, by the way. Kind of crazy, though as I said before, it gets worse. Puddle of Pizza doesn't inform his followers that what he said was factually incorrect, so I had to. That's right, I had to go into his replies and inform people that a pedophile wasn't actually back. Here I am explaining it to another replier. I even told Puddle of Pizza himself, yet he chooses not to inform people. Now, he seems to disagree with me, which made very little sense. He shifts to blame many others and tries to act like I was targeting The Wolf is Awesome out of some sort of a personal vendetta. The problem is that this is a lie, because later we see Puddle of Pizza admits it was him. Not only that, but he said that it was obvious the account was The Wolf is Awesome. This brings up two disturbing possibilities. Either Puddle of Pizza is telling the truth and he actually knew the entire time. This would mean that he intentionally made a false pedophile allegation, with the reason being that he wanted to bait me. Now, that's the first possibility, and it's not great, though the other could be worse. It's possible he did believe it was the pedophile known as Sean Mays, and intentionally let him roam in a server filled with kids. This server belonged to Luigi Channel, and he's still mod to this day. After all these lies and deceiving, allowing such a person to have mod in your server is morally reprehensible. A question people might ask about this video is why does it exist? Well, it's because these people have gotten by with a few people criticizing their actions. dabhdude was recently liking lolly images and even deleted old tweets when he was caught doing so. Puddle of Pizza recently defended dabhdude engaging in lolly content whilst criticizing Mr. Sen. Nostalgia Egg has done the same thing. Luigi Channel still has Puddle of Pizza mod in his server, despite Puddle of Pizza lying to the public about a pedophile. These actions, or lack thereof, show that to this day, these individuals haven't changed. The only one who's actively said he's willing to change is dabhdude. This video stands to inform people who are unfamiliar with this community of the deeds of their figureheads, and to warn them about what they do. I'll leave important links in the description. Be sure to watch GhostJack's videos to know more about dabhdude. I won't continue to respond to whatever nonsense these individuals will send my way because I don't want to engage with these kind of individuals. As I said before in the intro, do not attack, harass, or go after these people. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.